Hello and welcome to this week's Generation Iron podcast. Your host, me, Victor Martinez, along with Ehsan Farahi, Vlad Yudin, and Edwin Mejia. Welcome. We're going to start off with question of the week.
We have two questions of the week, actually, today.
Two of them. That's what they are.
Nice.
Two questions of the week coming to us, of course, for Vic. Thanks again to our sponsor, Dialed Moods. Dialed Moods is not only a incredible new energy RTD drink, they've been really focused on no jitters, no crashes, great taste, great flavors. Elevate your mood with Dialed Moods. Check them out. Highly recommend them. We love them here on the podcast, and you should too. So this week's question of the day comes to us. The first one comes to us from DJ Kim Vlogger 9762.
Wow.
And that question, Vic, is can you ask Victor what was the biggest robbery in bodybuilding? Mike Mentzer, Nasser El Somebody, Lee Priest not winning, etc. And also if he thinks the old school bodybuilders are lying about the gear they take to make them look even better.
Well, as far as the robberies, it was many.
I know what he's going to say immediately.
No, it was just many.
Give you a second choice. Don't do the first one.
No, there's many. But let's start off with the guys in the past. I think Mike Mentzer was definitely one of them. It was just, I think that was the introduction of politics in bodybuilding. I mean, I think it happened with Sergio Oliva in his last one as well. Yeah, Sergio Oliva, Mike Mentzer.
But Sergio won, though, at least.
Yeah, at least he won. Right. Yeah, so I'm not, you can't feel too bad. If you won and a robbery has happened, you're still good because at least you had one Olympia, right. But you can go on down the list, Sean Reyes, you have Flex Wheeler, you have Kevin Levrone. I mean, there's so many. And
also
again,
somebody.
It's they didn't get death threats. They just, again, it's a panel of judges. They choose the favorite and their favorite, not your favorite, the fans. They choose their favorites. And, what happens is just a little switcheroo around there in the middle of who they want to hold the torch. And it happens. It's normal. Well, at least we made it normal.
But when
it's normal, it's nothing. It's gonna be more.
Vic, when it comes to Flex Wheeler, let's call it a quote unquote robbery, right? We're talking about year 1998 when Ronnie won, right? Because Ronnie actually defeated him. Do you think that he got robbed?
No. 99, no. 98, no.
Ronnie deserved to.
No, Ronnie looked good.
So which year was Flex Wheeler robbed? That's my question, right?
I mean, did he compete in 93?
I think 1996.
96? So
yes.
Prior. So who beat him that year?
1996.
Who beat him that year?
No, Dorian will come first.
So Dorian, you didn't deserve to win in 1996. Is that what you're saying?
That's my opinion. 1997.
I'm gonna be Switzerland. I like Dorian. I love Flex.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta be when we're talking about robbery. We gotta be specific. Like this year, like 2007. Like you would say, I got robbed. Like
bless. 93, he looked good, man.
Yeah, Flex 93 was something else.
Yeah. 93 Flex was just he was just
young,
on top of it, man.
And who beat him that year? Also Dorian?
Dorian.
So you think Dorian?
That was the second year of Dorian and first year of the Flex.
So 1993, in your opinion, he got robbed by Dorian Yates.
Yeah, but that's just bodybuilding and robbery kind of go hand in hand. With,
I just want to be specific.
It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah. It was different. It was two different type of.
What do you want me to argue? What do you want me to argue there? I mean, come on. It's just.
How about 1997?
97.
Dorian and Nasser Sombati.
Nasser just looked great, man. A couple of them. And I know Dorian's always brought in the conditioning. And it was just one of those things, regardless how much muscle you have, how much,
But that year, everyone said he turned a lat and triceps both together.
Sean Ray lost to Dorian too. He claimed that he was robbed by him as well. So everybody claims that Dorian Yates robbed everybody then?
Yeah.
What are we talking?
Not Dorian, but also, Sean Ray competed with Lee Haney.
Yeah.
He looked good in at least one of them,
Yeah.
Yeah,
At least
1990.
one.
But it's, again, we're not there. We're looking at it through magazines and pictures and, You know, so I wasn't, the only one I went to was the 98 Olympia. They just happened to be 2 blocks away from where I lived at the time in New York City. So
that was the best Mr. Olympia.
Yeah, that was the first, one of the best ones, Madison Square Garden, you know, bring it back. But it's just, again, we're talking about a judge panel and a bodybuilding pageant going on. And
But 1998, so many people, they believe this is the Flex the Wheeler year. Am I right?
They thought that,
they
but Ronnie
but
improved
Ronnie
so
just,
much.
he improved
Ronnie
a
showed
lot,
up
man.
from nowhere.
Yeah,
Because
Ron-
1997, a year
Exactly.
before,
Exactly.
Ronnie was 7 or 8.
yeah.
But that doesn't mean that Flex Wheeler was robbed.
But then
No.
the stories were that he switched, he left Weider, and then he went to biotech or biochem.
That was a story, actually. He gave an interview about that, yeah.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things. Could have been that possibly. I wouldn't leave that out. But it's, you know, again, you know, no disrespect to Ronnie or any other guys that have won.
How about
because
2007?
no, so,
We spoke about that enough.
Anyways.
What about the second part of the question,
Yeah.
Nick? Where he's saying, do you think old school bodybuilders are lying about gear take to make themselves look even better? Because I hear a lot of the old school guys, and they're like, I took a little bit of gear compared to the guys take right now.
I mean,
you know?
they probably do lie a little. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here call anybody a liar because I haven't seen their schedules or actually witnessed what they did take. But a lot of them did have the gear shipped to them personally to their house, you know. And at that time, there was no red flags as far as mailing the stuff to you until 91, 92. Mm-hmm. So all that stuff, they were getting that real grade A stuff, you know, coming from Europe. Straight from here, from the veterinarian, straight from the horse. They were getting stuff straight from the horse. So they were getting a lot of good quality stuff that we don't get now. So was the stuff better? I mean, there was one guy I literally helped do a show because he was so scared of poking himself that he literally only took 1 Winstrol a week for a month and he crushed his competition.
That was an old school guy?
You know, and and you know, so the stuff was different. It was better and better quality. Now everybody's, you know, making it in the bathtubs and their kitchens.
Maybe that's why they needed so less of it.
Yeah,
that explains it.
So they did do less. As far as did they lie? I really can't say so because you know, some guys did take more than others. You know, some people did poop out their livers because of taking so much you know, anadrols, alkaline 7. But, you know, and some of them are not here no longer, you know. But you can argue that all day. At the end of the day, did they look better back then? All day they did, yes.
Wow. What's the second question?
The second question comes to us from the Aussie bodybuilder. Shout out to the Aussie bodybuilder.
Australia.
Love our Aussie brothers out there. Ask Big V his thoughts on the future of bodybuilding. It's a very general question, but it's a good question.
It's very general, but what's the future of
bodybuilding? Well, you know, it's gotten more popular, you know, all over. I mean, you've seen it. I mean, you had countries that never had competitors ever competing now. So I think social media help bodybuilding in the future, and it's got a lot of people involved. And I know bodybuilding is how everybody starts, and then they branch out and they do other things, you know. Now there's the CrossFits and there's everything else, but as far as bodybuilding and the fairness, that's a whole other story. You know, it's a whole other argument. But bodybuilding is getting popular. More people are doing it. There are more gyms. There are more people physically fit. Before, I would have to say before 2000, I mean, you'll have to find and really look and search for a gym. Now, most cities have at least over 100 gyms or more to choose from. In New York, there's 20 every 10 square blocks.
Right now. How many shows we have during a year? How many champions come out of the
show? More competitions, which is the only thing I don't agree with. More competitions because it's just not you know, not as good having so many competitions. Before when there were less, I think we were getting better quality. Now there's just more competitions. Doesn't mean it's better, because now since there's so many, that the people that are actually good are doing certain shows, and the people that are not so good are doing those other shows when nobody shows up, and it's just clouding their minds, thinking they do look great and they doing something. I guess it gives them an opportunity.
Yeah.
Gives them an opportunity, at least it open, you know.
Right.
But then, you know, can they progress? Can they get better? Not if the good and the gifted show up, you know. But there are more shows. As far as bodybuilding in the future and any new aspects of it, I mean, come on. I mean, you're looking at all these people in Hollywood now when they do X-Men. I mean, they're all working out. They all have to find and do a bodybuilding regimen to fill those roles of being a mutant in X-Men or anything, you know. So bodybuilding is bigger. It's better now. More people are doing it. And I think hopefully, you know, more people are being smart about it.
What do you think about the concept of celebrity bodybuilding? You know how people do celebrity boxing? When it's like they get into a social media argument and they're like, let's go, I'll fight you in celebrity boxing, right? So instead of doing this, like actually pose against each other. Less violent,
That's good.
you know? What do you think, Vic?
What do you want to
yeah.
see next to each other?
Yeah, it'll be a little gay, but it's fine, you know. yo, I hate you. Yeah, let's pose. No. Let's keep celebrity boxing alive, you know.
But I want to add something for.
Knock each other out, man. No posing, no posing. No.
I want to add something for future of bodybuilding. Bodybuilding started. I mean, let's see, the Mr. Olympia 60 years ago,
Yeah.
and at that moment in time, we don't have a CrossFit, we don't have those line of come out of the bodybuilding.
Yeah.
Bodybuilding is the mother of so many sport, basically
Yes.
all sport, and they have a lot of sport under umbrella, specifically bodybuilding.
Yep.
So we don't so many sport come out of the bodybuilding right now. It's bigger than the bodybuilding actually. It's a fitness.
Everybody follows a workout regimen that was derived from bodybuilding. So
Yes, and all sport needs bodybuilding, needs to build muscle. This sport just building muscle. None of the sport building muscle. So any sport you follow, you have to at least 2 to 3 times lifting, working at the gym as a bodybuilding to build muscle. So the future sports, I believe, every year become bigger and bigger. Not specifically bodybuilding show, but fitness and bodybuilding together become
bodybuilding
huge.
itself. Bodybuilding itself, maybe not the actual bodybuilding competition,
Yes.
but bodybuilding itself. Like as I said before, more people are doing it. People used to retire and do nothing. Now a lot of people are not only just bodybuilding, but staying physically fit through other sports, you know. And biking, man.
And
So
biking, yeah.
people are staying healthier now.
All right, so we have 2 winners. What are their names again?
So the winners are this Aussie bodybuilder and DJ Kim, vlogger 9762.
So you guys are the winners of this week's Dialed Mood sponsored. What is it? Sponsored?
Yeah, by Dialed Moods. I mean, you're winning the energy drinks this week. Big supporters of that Dialed Moods. They're also incredible products to get your moods elevated and get your day going.
All right, so what else we're talking about today?
So,
What are the
Vic, we
topics?
kept. I mean, this topic comes up almost every year for a variety of reasons, and the carnivore diet, right? Why do people keep resorting to the carnivore diet? I guess there are many benefits to the carnivore diet. We know a few folks ourselves that have lived by it and have promised it and think the world of it. What is the carnivore diet? Have you tried it yourself personally?
What was that,
And-
eating the same thing over and over?
No, that's a horse race diet. Carnivore is just basically meat.
I mean, just the meat.
It's
just
protein.
the
It's
keto.
protein.
The keto.
Yeah.
You can do just steaks, burgers without the
Keto.
bread.
Yeah. I mean, like I said before, I think I commented on that diet because it does help certain people. It helps people that are carb sensitive, helps people that are overweight. But the only drawback is by not eating the carbs, you crave carbs like to a point that like once you taste it, your rebound is crazy. You go crazy. I've seen people go nuts. And
what does that mean, crazy? What kind of crazy?
Yeah, because once they taste a piece of carb, or
start eating it and eating it.
Bread, a piece of bagel, they can't stop. They binge on it. It's almost like dieting and having a peanut butter and eat the entire jar. You know,
carb head.
So obviously, the carnivore diet consists of an animal protein diet. Obviously, eggs, beef, protein, fish.
Carnivore, more like caveman.
They eat a bunch of butter too. They put butter on there.
Yeah.
So
fats. Yeah, fats.
So you would have to somehow get supplements from fiber supplementation, right? Because that's gonna lack fiber.
Yeah, but then you have to keep in mind who's doing it. Is the person healthy enough to do it? The person has heart issues.
Do you recommend it for a normal day-to-day person, or do you recommend it for a bodybuilder?
It depends what you're trying to achieve. It really depends what you're trying to achieve. Are you a person that's overweight? And the last thing you want is to have so much meat and fatty foods, So I wouldn't recommend a keto. Again, it's a double-edged sword. So it depends on the person's health, if they have any underlying issues already, and what diet are you going to pursue. So if you could actually have an answer to all those questions and see what that diet is and is it going to elevate certain levels in your body, then no, you shouldn't do it.
You know what I find interesting about maybe like 4 years ago, there was a big anti-red meat campaign happening, right? It causes cancer, stop eating meat. Yeah. And that's when the whole Beyond Meat company formed. And it was a huge revolution for veganism, vegan products. And now it seems like kind of everything's kind of leveled out where red meat suddenly is celebrated again. Do you notice that? Like nobody's really talking too bad about red meat? Always. As much as it used to be?
There's always something. There's always a revolution. It's either meat or sugar, white sugar. But you go out right now, you have places like, these cookie places popping up. Nobody's going to stop sugar.
Well, but speaking of sugar, there was an article that just came out, actually. There was a study, again, about the artificial sweeteners. And this time they're talking about erythritol sweetener. Erythritol artificial causes disease and blood clots. Allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah.
So the whole sugar thing has always been like a controversy about it. But the red meat thing, right? Like, do you guys hear now that it's actually, people saying that, a lot of doctors saying it's actually really good for you? And have you heard this like recently?
Saying that the red meat is
good.
Yeah,
it's really
and
good.
Again, but are they saying even the person who has high cholesterol and heart condition?
It's a whole different story.
So it varies from person to person.
Has a high cholesterol.
You can't give a general opinion on something based on just because it's good for one.
I'm against you following a one diet for full year. You have to change it.
You got to balance it out. Right?
Yes. No. After 3 months, after two months, your body change. Your body basically adapts to that what you follow.
It's really interesting. I hear the stories about the guys that are actually preaching for red meat is great. They're like, well, look at our ancestors, right? They ate all this red meat. But then, like, they couldn't go to the store. Right. They couldn't go to the store and buy a bunch of steaks. They had to hunt for that.
Yeah, but they're evangelists. They don't believe in the caveman.
But they are more active. The people, they are more active. Right now, we are seeing the car. We are at the elevator.
You can't compare that.
We are not doing any shit right now.
Right. Compared to what
compared to that moment in time. They wanted to drink middle of the night, and they wanted to drink. You have to go and fill up the water.
And actually get the water,
get the meat. To walk.
Yeah.
So right now, you just wake up, eat like this, drink your water, and go back to sleep.
So you can't compare it like to
bro, don't go that far. The other day I was watching one clip from 1902 in New York City. The people walking, historic footage. I was watching the people walking. 100 people middle of the street.
Everybody's slim.
No cars.
No one was fat. It was crazy. Everyone was asleep.
Everybody was
not walking so much.
No, I mean, they were just in shape, and also because we didn't have this such
huge
production and artificial food. Or fast food or any of that.
But the mass production food is so bad.
But do you know how much McDonald's changed from that moment in time to right now, from the beginning to start?
Oh, man.
It's crazy. We don't know what is this. This is meat. So now you say it's a meat. Okay. At that moment in time, we had the shortage for the meat because Brazil and Argentina couldn't feed up meat from America and rest of the world. So we have a shortage of the meat, and then people come street, oh, don't kill animal. No, tell them the truth. So suddenly, we don't know what happened. They made meat in the lab right now with the 3D printer.
Cloning.
Yes,
Cloning, yeah.
cloning.
Printing the meat. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing is better now. It's just,
It's crazy. So
yeah.
don't stock for one diet.
Well-
Change it every few months.
So
change
the
it.
last topic, obviously, for us is pretty interesting. For me as well, because it's a lot of questions. And it's funny because obviously the Olympics just passed as well. And you always hear about boxers and Olympics, make sure you stay away from, sex and all this other stuff. So on the topics of sexual health, we get this question as well. There's bro scientists out there that get it wrong. They might not necessarily get it right. Maybe we will get it right. Maybe you have some good advice, Vic. Do you recommend sex or masturbation, orgasm before a workout?
Before workout, is it leg day? Don't do it.
Oh, no.
That's why boxers stay away from sex, because some make the legs weak, right? Something like that.
Well, it deflates. It's a form of depletion. You're depleting your body. Energy.
Energy. It's more about energy and calorie. And then when you're standing on your legs or legs day, you need more energy.
All of that stuff is relevant, and it depends on the person.
Exactly.
If you're a kid with high testosterone, it's hard time for you to focus. And you go to the gyms now with the girls wearing the freaking wedgie pants and the camel toe shorts. I'm like, do it, man. I'd rather you
what
do
pants
it
you
and
say?
focus
Wedgie
on the
pants?
workout.
Wedgie pants?
Wedgie pants.
You're
on
advising.
purpose. They just feel like they don't have enough ass when they have a lot of ass, and they still want to show more ass. So look bigger.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Like, what? Hate those pants, man. I'm like,
The yoga pants wasn't enough.
it wasn't enough. You want the way up there and and it's like, wow, yeah, you got a nice ass, and I'm staring at it now because you're just in front of me.
So you're saying you don't recommend it?
No, you're saying you do recommend.
You do recommend.
If it's gonna hinder your workout, and you're one of these young kids, in your 20s, high testosterone, do it. Yes.
Okay.
The
So
question
you can
is
focus and get your
athlete
Jane
or
Fonda
a normal
workout.
person?
Any normal person,
A
basically.
normal person, enjoy your life, man.
What about
at
Mr.
the end
Olympia
of-
before the Olympic competition?
I would say no, because
Oh, wow, that's
it's
a good
just gonna
question.
flatten you out, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna get flat. And really, I think it's the last thing you really think about, when you're about to do a show. You're so focused. Sex and your next meal and all, you don't really think about that if you really prepared yourself for a show. But I would say no. I think I think a few people I know have done it and have lost the show, that have lost the powerlifting meet, and that have lost the.
Yeah, I could see that happening in
Damn,
powerlifting. So let me ask you a question. So in bodybuilding, as a competitor, you saying it's definitely a no, right before a show?
I would definitely put that as a no if it's one of my clients, and and he's just gonna go out.
Yeah,
Maybe he didn't diet enough,
right.
and that's the only thing I could think of why he really.
If
feels-
you're in the diet and you're in the process of the show, your body is not able to have actual sex, basically.
Yeah, because I think at the end of the day, you need, especially if you're powerlifting or in strength sports,
Oh, forget about it.
you need to have an adrenaline, blood circulation flow at 100%, and you don't need any impediment to that.
It's all about calorie. When you're in the diet, you don't have your diet calorie-wise. They count down for a daily base. For example, 3,000, 4,000, or 2,000. They become countdown to lower and lower until the show. So when your calorie food-wise goes down, basically you don't have enough energy, enough fuel to rest off so many things. It's just enough for walking, training, and sleep.
What about CrossFit? Same thing.
Same thing.
CrossFit, I don't know, man. CrossFit is so different, because they're actually pretty good at athletic wise. They do
If they
certain.
have a diet to bring weight down,
But yeah, you heard, and you
No.
saw, that was a crazy news last week where Lazar, one of the favorites,
Oh, yeah.
CrossFit, had passed away.
Yeah, that was negligence on
How did it even
CrossFit's
happen?
part.
How does it happen? Like,
Yeah, that's because I think they put swimming after the 6-mile run, and then
they do swimming in CrossFit? I had no idea.
well, they do
That's
it
the
almost.
Ironman.
I mean,
Yeah,
It's a combination.
it's like the Ironman.
kind of like a
right?
triathlon.
Ironman
Oh,
started
Iron,
that.
yes.
Yes.
Ironman.
CrossFit just changed the name and does the same events and
Yeah.
a
They
couple
canceled
of
the
different ones, you
Biking,
know.
running, swimming,
Yeah.
deadlift, rowing.
That's sad, man.
Yeah, that's a crazy sport.
Yeah, shout out to the U.S. Olympic team, lifting team. You see the girl that won the Miss US for USA, the clean snatch? That was monster.
Wrestling too. Wrestling.
That was like 340, 350
USA
pounds.
women wrestling was
Wrestling.
amazing. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Women did great, man. A lot of women. I think. I think women were. I want to know who won more. Was it women or men? That's would be interesting.
Yeah.
Or men, right?
That's a good question. I think I don't know. That's a good question. Maybe women. But I think U.S. tied China for 46 gold medals.
Yeah.
Total.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
40,
Full
46.
gold medals inside here.
40
And
or
China's
46.
calling foul.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not. So I don't know. At the end of the day, all these athletes are super athletes. They're doing great, and it was just amazing to watch some of the events. The breakdancing was horrendous.
That was crazy.
I read-
Female breakdance.
I read last week that it's not coming back to Olympics anymore.
Oh man, come on, Australia, you messed that up, man.
That's what they said. I don't know.
Oh,
They
come
said
on,
wrestling too. They say they want to take it off wrestling too.
Wrestling? Why
Yeah.
would they take wrestling
I
off?
don't know.
From
Well,
Olympics?
yeah.
That's crazy.
Greco-Roman wrestling.
It
Yeah.
started. It was like the main.
That's like the
sport.
original.
Yeah.
That's how you started Olympics.
Why would they take that away?
They want
Like,
to take it off.
I don't know. And again, it will probably go back to some organization. I think breakdancing wasn't organized as it should have been. And I think Australia didn't help it at all by putting in that, not so
How about the
prepared.
skateboard?
Skateboard, I love the skateboarding, man.
Is it
I love
lovely?
it. Again, it's all skills. It's really skills. And when it comes to breakdancing, it's actually skilled. I mean, they're all getting tested. I mean, whatever.
Tested for steroids and breakdance.
Yeah, I mean, breakdancing, man. Breakdancers take steroids, man.
Not the steroids, not the
They'll
ecstasy.
probably drop clenbuterol or something. I don't know.
That was pretty embarrassing.
They
Yeah.
take a little ecstasy, they hear the music better, they break
Yes.
better.
That was really
If you
embarrassing.
want to take ecstasy,
It's
you
crazy.
go to the skateboard guys.
You ever seen a guy breakdance on ecstasy? You'll never see this again. It's like these guys is nuts, man.
That was really embarrassing, right? That
For Australia?
that breakdancing thing.
For
It
Australia,
was
or if all comes
just
to
in Australia.
No,
I guess
that was really
Australia.
bad.
Australia? Oh my
I mean,
God.
I've seen so much. I mean,
She
coming out
did
of
the
New York.
bunny. She did she did the kangaroo. I can't believe she whipped out the kangaroo move.
I saw breakdancers. I mean, I've seen breakdan. I can't believe Australia sent that person to that event. I've seen breakdancers in New York City back in the day better than that.
Listen, I seen guys in a subway after
Oh,
smoking
that's
crack,
amazing.
Yeah.
breakdancing better than that. Well, that was pretty bad. Australia, I mean, listen, man, you got the crocodile hunter. I don't know. You did a lot of great stuff, man, but breakdancing was not it, man. And take off sorry day too. Oh, yeah.
They need to get cricket in there though. That'd be fun to watch.
Yeah.
So USA has a 40 gold medal, 26 for a woman.
There you go.
More
see?
than the men.
More than the men.
Yes.
See, there you go, man. That's why
Wow.
I asked, because the women were super fit, man.
Wow, 65% of the gold medal was the woman.
There
That's
you
amazing.
go. See, that's why I asked the question, and there
That's
it goes,
crazy.
man.
This is a fact.
That is a fact, man. Women are great
Gymnastics,
athletes,
did
man.
you
They
see
can endure a
gymnastics?
little bit more pain than some men.
Gymnastics was great.
Gymnastics?
That was
Wow.
great, yeah.
Gymnastics is nuts, man. It's just
All right.
amazing, man.
So, guys, submit your questions for Victor in the comments below,
Yes.
and hopefully he'll pick them.
Keep them coming, guys. Thank you for listening to this week's Generation Iron podcast. Please remember, follow us, like, and if you want to see any of our prior episodes, tune into iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you stream your podcasts. Until next time, guys.
Hey, yo, listen up, man. Milk is for baby. Beef build muscle. You hear me? Yeah, I said it. Beef built muscle. Carnivore Nation, baby. RTDs, baby. On the go. Let's get it. Milk is for babies. Beef it up with Carnivore RTDs. 40 grams of protein, 0 fat, 0 sugar, 0 lactose. Get yours today.